In today's video, we're going to discuss the top stocks to keep in your watch list for this upcoming week. We're also going to be doing an update on the overall market to get you guys prepared. And I'm also going to be doing an update on the last stocks that I've mentioned in the last video. Alright, y'all, let's dive into the charts right off the bat. We got the NASDAQ futures. And so far, things are looking a little bit weak at the moment. Last week, the NASDAQ was holding 20K for a while. And in between like Wednesday and Thursday, we saw a massive push towards 20.5K. All right. And ever since then, we've been trading sideways. So what I'm anticipating for Monday, at least what it's looking like right now, since we're down by a little bit by negative 0.23. First and foremost, I think we're gonna retest that level. We're gonna retest 20K again. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, or maybe a little bit worried, or are we going to break below it? There is a small chance that we actually do. And I say this because the market, when it's on massive uptrends, it likes to take care of unfinished business first below. And what I mean by unfinished business, I'm talking about QQQ, for example. QQQ has a gap to fill below right here, which I think it would be nice to get taken care of that sooner rather than later, right? Because the longer we keep going up and staying above this gap and not filling it, the more uncertain we are about the future, all right? At least I am about the future, about how things are going to moving forward. So it's just easier, and it would just be nice if we could just fall rapidly, take care of this before we go up even higher within the next few weeks, few months. All right. Looking at the VIX, let's look at the VIX real quick. The VIX had a massive push on Friday, which I mean surprised me a little bit, but yeah, surprised me a little bit, but it's normal. It's normal, especially when the market is uptrending. It's normal for us to have pullbacks, which means the VIX have these little dead cat bounces right here before it fades again. All right, there's still room between 15 and 12, and I think it's going to fade. It's only a matter of at which point up here is it gonna stop before it fades. Also, something else to worry about is this gap up here at 22, I mean. If we see a massive drop in QQQ and a SPY, the VIX could actually get there sooner just to take care of that before it fades again. I would like to see that. Like, the more room we have on the VIX between 12 and any point up here, then the more ferocious the bullish run would be with the overall markets. All right, so that's my thoughts on it. Things are not too certain right now. The market is slowing down, which is annoying, but it's what's expected after big moves, especially with what we've seen between Wednesday and Thursday. Now, the stock to keep in you guys' watch list that I want to share with y'all in today's video, that stock is IBM. All right. Now with IBM, I want to share this one with you because of a few reasons. Number one, the massive move started or was the result of the breakout from this ascending triangle. All right. Typically, when I see these things like this ascending triangle, my price target on it is 185, at most 200. First, it got there. Then it had a big pullback right here, and then it went on and on and on and broke above 200 and went all the way up to 224. From my perspective, anything between 200 and 224 is a bonus because I cannot predict any of this stuff. Like the first move, yes, that's a bit easy to know. But after that, it's just a bonus, and the most greedy individuals get paid the most on these moves. And right now, the way I'm looking at this thing, I think the individuals who got up here will be looking to get out and take their money off the table. This is the very first, not the very first red day, but It's the first red day from the all-time highs at least. So we are early on this one. There's a lot of room from 220 all the way down to 180. Are there gaps to fill below? There is one around 192. How fast is it going to drop? I'm not too sure. Like, I'm really not sure. We need to give the market time to form new structures. But in the beginning, there's usually massive moves that happen before new structure secured for the next massive move. All right. But for now, I think this thing is going to fall. I think it's going to pull back. The 4 hour is looking a bit weak. The next level of support is right at 211 right here. All right. So watching for a potential pullback to that level again. We might even see in the near future a head and shoulders that look like this. We might see that. Obviously, this is, I guess it's a guess. It is a guess because it's not there yet. We don't have 70% of the picture, even 90% of the picture done yet. It's very early. It's very early for me to make that kind of prediction. But it's not something it's just the first idea that I have right now that could happen in the near future for IBM. All right. But for this video, watch it for a potential drop, especially because the market is looking kind of exhausted at the moment. Now, the next stock that we're gotta look at, that one is, I guess it's an update. For those of y'all who watched the last video, I gave you guys Tesla on Monday. All right. And congratulations to anybody who was able to make some money on Tesla, because it did quite well. I shared Tesla with you on Monday at the close, or at least in the afternoon. I'm telling y'all to watch it for a move all the way up towards 265. That was the price target that I gave you guys. The appropriate entry for all of you was not to obviously chase it out the gates. Like, you wait for the pullback, or you even wait for the new structure to get in either here after that video or here 2 days after the video, after this thing forms another bullish pennant followed by the breakouts, or even when I zoom in closely on the 5-minute, here the entry, another entry right there for the long, for the move all the way up above 260. And your only job was to let the money from 253 all the way up to 260. All right, so congrats if you were able to catch that move. Now, is it actually going to go up to 267? It's a big maybe. It's a big maybe. And I think the one catalyst that's going to cause it to go up here, again, this is the head and shoulders that I shared with y'all in Monday's video. There's still room all the way up to 268. And I think we're going to see the stock play games until between Tuesday and Wednesday. Because Tesla is announcing their delivery numbers. They usually announce it on the second day of the beginning of every quarter, of every new quarter. So that will make it the 2nd of October, Wednesday. All right. So have your eyes on it. My first thought about this whole situation is that we might see this thing lag, maybe even drop below 255 again, like it did on the 26th, and then between Tuesday and Wednesday, between the 1st and the 2nd, we're gonna see good data, like good delivery numbers, and then the stock is gonna like it, and then the move is just gonna finish off the move, meaning we're gonna jump to 270, and then once we get to 270, just like play out this entire move, we're gonna see a fade down. That's what I think is going to happen. I think the good news is gonna happen just to complete that move on the structure right there. That's what I think, and that's the update on Tesla. All right. Now there was some other stock. There were some other opportunities last week, especially in the semiconductor sector. First and foremost, AMD. This is the stock that I took a trade on. All right. Let me show you guys. So on Wednesday at 250, I bought calls on AMD. because it had the ascending triangle on there, which is my favorite structure. All right, I see the ascending triangle and I usually just buy it and then manage it later. Okay, if it turns out to be fake later on, then we'll just take a small loss. But in this situation, it actually ended up just closing quite strong, and the price target that I had for it on that specific day was 170. All right, and on the 26th, it actually jumped up. It went up to 168.55. It then dragged its feet up there. It then added exactly 8:45, which is 15 minutes after the market opens. It started to roll over, so I immediately got out of all of AMD. Now, if you look at what happened afterwards, so my exits on AMD was right here, right? That's when I knew that 170 wasn't probably gonna get hit. And plus, QQQ was also rolling over, and everything was rolling over. And the next day, it fell to push above Thursday's high and immediately faded down. Is it going to go to 170? I don't know exactly when, but what I really want to see is for that gap on QQQ at 475 to get filled first. Because once that gets filled, then we can talk about bullish moves on the tech sectors and reaching new highs. All right. But that's the only thing that's really like bothering me at the moment. So once we see that, then we can talk about it. All right. So that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks. And that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button as always. I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 10 p.m. Central Time. All right. So definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow my social media at Paul and Guman at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.